little bit with that last one, but now we're going to add motion to text and then video. So I just went ahead and dropped the Writers 2 again, and I'm just going to click on my text tool, draw a text box, and again write the Writers. All right, I'm going to make sure I click on my graphic, and I'm going to make sure that my timeline is here at the start. All right, so what we want the title to do is to spin. Okay, so we're going to set it here at the beginning, so that way we're going to set the rotation toggle there so that it stays at 0, and we're going to keep our anchor point there as well. All right, so then I'm going to move my cursor down a couple seconds into the screen there, or into the video. Let's see, I think I moved it. Yeah, I'll move it like 3 seconds down, and I'm going to click on the rotation, and I'm going to type 360. So as I go back to the start, it's kind of like what we just did. As
We need a good name.
it's just going to spin. Now, how far it is down the, like, I guess the time in between the two keyframes determines how fast it rotates. So for instance, if I click on this keyframe and move it closer to the beginning of the clip, then it's going to spin a lot faster. If I move it to the end of the clip, it's going to spin a lot slower. So it's going to take 4 seconds to spin. So it's kind of the velocity of it. So you can expand the rotation, and you can see your velocity.
Dixie.
The slope of your velocity will change based on how
Perfect. What is that? I love that.
close your frames are there. All right, now we're going to take it one more step. We're going to have it start at 0, your scale at 0, and then we're going to have it grow as well as it spins and comes in. So I took my keyframe back to the start here for both the graphic and the video, and I'm going to click on my scale and type 0. And then I'm going to click on the toggle animation so that it turns it on there at the beginning. Did it do it though? I'm going to go here to the end. I'm going to type 100. So now it's going to spin and get bigger as it comes in. So again, there's a lot of different things you could do with that, but that's how you can make text move to this video where we are playing with the opacity. In the project that you're going to do, you're going to add this to the beginning of the first clip, which is a picture, and you want it to fade in, and then you're going to head to the end and click on the last clip, and then you would fade out. But because we have one video, we're just going to do it all to the same video. So you want to be in your effect controls, and you want to click on your picture or your video that you're going to edit, and you want to expand your opacity. And so I want it to start at 0. So I'm just gonna click on here and just type 0, and I've set my point there. You might have to like click on that toggle to set it. All right, and then a couple seconds into the video, I want it to be at about 100%. So then right here, I would just type 100. And again, we went over this earlier. If I want it to fade faster, I would move it closer to the beginning. the end, or if I wanted to do a more gradual fade in, then I would move it a little bit more down the timeline. All right, what we have to do for this video to fade out is we have to tell it to stay at 100%. So again, even though you're clicking on a different clip, what you would want to do is go back to that clip, go to the end picture or video, whatever, and then you would set for the opacity to be 100%. Then you're going to move your timeline to the end and say 0. So we're just going to real quickly play it. You see it fade in there, and then you see it fade out as well. You can also play with the scale, and we just did that with the title, but same thing. So if I wanted it to scale in, I would set it at 0 right there. And then maybe as it faded in, I also wanted it to get bigger, so I would choose 100. So now it's scaling in and the opacity, and then I would just do the same thing. I can move my timeline to that last clip, that last keyframe here that I've already started, keep it at 100. Uh-oh. Oh, crud. Don't click that. I keep getting confused there. So when you're right here, maybe expand your scale so that you get this little dot here so that you can add a keyframe. Then move to the end and scale it back to 0. Okay, you can also do that with position, like you can have it start on the left, move over to the right. So all of this is just the same thing. You can just kind of play around with it. So it'd just be a lot if I was scaling it and it was the opacity. So what I could do is delete that opacity there. And I can have it push in. So at the beginning, if I want it to be, hold on. Oh, I have my, sorry. I was like, what's going on? I have to turn my scale back to 100 there. Okay. So, so at the beginning here, if I wanted it to be off to the left there. So then remember, you're going to set that motion. And then as the video plays and as it comes into view, then you would move it so that it comes on the screen. And then you would just do the opposite at the end. So then you could keep it there. You would do another keyframe like right here. And then at the end, you would just push it over. And then I'm just going to move this to the end here. There you go. And again, this one would move it up and down. So that's how you kind of use your effect controls to add effects to your videos or pictures.